the 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sideline. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, I like what you said there. I mean, both teams are in the upper echelon of the conference, but they really dominated that matchup. We'll see if that continues to be the case tonight.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. They've got Lowry. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola. Then it's DeMar Carroll, and it's Powell in at the 2 guard. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
They needed to make a few runs, but it just never happened for them. And when you can't string things together, it's tough sledding. It's a tough way to go.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
Here's Carroll, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Carroll's got his first points in this one.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Drummond a screen. Rose kicks to Butler. Rose attacking. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Lowry. 17 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. That's good. Lowry's got his first basket of the night.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot. If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there. Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan, and he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friend.
And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletic.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Both shots good from the stripe. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania Club, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with this combination of size, athleticism and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Now here's Lowry after the miss from Andre Drummond. Screened by Valanciunas. The drive by Lowry. Puts up the baby hook, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Four on the clock. Toronto needs to get off a shot, and stolen by Drummond. Kicks to Butler. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
Let's take a quick look at the numbers for Lowry. Averaging about 15 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Splitter is checked in for the Bulls. He's off on the second.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Pass to Smith. Unloads from 13. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his postgame. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
And he gets the bucket. Rose has got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense, but he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Powell. And there's the feed to Valanciunas. The shot misses. So the Bulls will take it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it with you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Now Scola following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
There's the screen. Feeds it to Butler. For the 3. Carroll with the rebound. Toronto, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Lowry with the ball. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Valanciunas, good.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Nice job coming off that screen. And it's 6 points for Derrick Rose.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
No good from Valanciunas.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And it's Butler missing.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
Powell, the pass to Valanciunas. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Valanciunas has got 9 points. Bulls trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Right side Gasol, all alone. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
Lowry dishes to Carroll. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas. Chicago grabs the miss.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Rose attacking, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 8 points for him.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season, seem to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game, and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
They can pass it. The point guards with the highest shooting percentage in the NBA. 4th, Derrick Rose.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
In addition to being unbelievably gifted shooters. I mean, these guys have some of the smoothest, sweetest strokes in the NBA, which means they have some of the best strokes in the world.
Here's Powell. Here's Valanciunas. And again, no good by Toronto. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. The Bulls shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And the Bulls making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. And then for Toronto, Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Joseph in for Powell. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Smith wide open. He fires. That one wide left.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Patterson setting the pick for Lowry. There's a good screen. Ross, that's good. And now it's a 3-point Raptor lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Butler's got it all tied up now for Chicago. And Joseph kicks to Lowe. Just 5 on the clock. That one a little long.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Inside, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, a 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. Mark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Splitter. Wright comes in for J.R. Smith. And Tony Snell subbed in for Butler. Clarkie talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Here's Snell. Dishes it to Clarkson. And Gibson kicks to Wright. Pass to Snell. Mirotic, a screen on Lowry. There's Snell. Steps back and trains the jump shot. And the Bulls lead by 1.
And for Lowry, he's been on fire the past couple of seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And Toronto has possession. They trail by 1. And Patterson kicks to Ross. The shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Chicago, they're sitting pretty, second place and looking to take the top spot. And of course, Toronto, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And for the Raptors, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, and Toronto had a strong season against the East last year. They would end up with 33 wins against their own conference and earn that 4 seed in the East.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Now, here's Joseph. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Shoots the 3. No good from Ross.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Snell. Off target with his 3. 1:10 left to play in the first. Lowry passes to Biyombo. To the middle, Patterson. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Clarkson. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Gibson the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Excellent use of the screen that time. Snell's got 5 now. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Here is Ross. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Left side Lowry. A 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And here's Clarkson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. There's the dish to Mirotic. And that's not going to go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls lead by 1. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career...
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yep, Velcro Val utility, I call him, the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to do it.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounds. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for them, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for Toronto right now, Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Powell is out there with Corey Joseph, and it's Carroll in at the small forward position.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Rose kicks to Gasol. They set the pick. That's a 2 from Butler. And the shot falls short this time.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot.
Carroll, no one around him. And again, Toronto with the triple.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Drummond a screen. Butler attacking. The 11-footer. Smith, a follow-up chance.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
And don't take any risk while you're doing it.
Valanciunas with a screen on Rose. Here's Powell. Offline with his three. Bulls trailed by 3. Butler in the corner. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. That's 7 points for Butler.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And yes, sir, that one drops. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them break to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. He's really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. Third is Jimmy Butler.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a 2-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
And that's why it takes that unique combination of agility and instincts to make your way onto that list. Those guys have a terrific balance of the physical and mental aspects of the game.
Smith kicks to Butler. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Down low. And the basket by Scola. Scola's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And Drummond kicks to Gasol. Count that one.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
In Toronto, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Toronto, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Powell dishes to Joseph. To the inside. The shot by Powell, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Four on the clock. It's a big high bounce and goes in. 12 points now for Valanciunas.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. Passes it to Powell. Here's Joseph, covered by Smith. Joseph, the pass to Pop. Here's Valanciunas. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game. The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Splitters checked in for Andre Drummond. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Toronto.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Something else they've done a good job of tonight, you know, right from the start, is penetrating and scoring.
There's a screen. Outside Butler. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Butler kicks to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. That's now 8 points for Pau Gasol.
They're on fire from mid-range, guys. They found a weakness in the defense, and they're exploiting it to a T.
And it's not often you see a team as efficient from that short 17, as I like to call it, but it's really worked well for them today.
Out to the right wing. Here's Scola. And again, Toronto no up. Chicago trailing here. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got 12 in the game.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Toronto calls timeout.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. The first rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
He's averaging about 7 points a game, just over 2 steals and 6 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Smith, and it's Clarkson in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Scola. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. Biyombo is checked in for Toronto.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Toronto, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Lowry dishes to Scola. The pass to Ross. Scola sets a screen for Ross. That one off the back iron and out. When you were talking about Scola, he has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
3-pointers. Snell. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here's Lowry. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Biyombo. His first shot coming late. Chicago grabs the miss. Splitter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Clarkson passes to Splitter. Rebound by the Raptors. Carroll's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right side Lowry. He feeds it to Carroll. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound collected by Clarkson.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Gibson. No luck. And Toronto will come the other way. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Ross kicks to Lowry. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Outside Lowry. Kicks it to Scola. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Scola's got the lead up to 5 now for Toronto.
Talking about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect. Was the 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns. But last season, he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
Raptors leading by 5. Lowry kicks to Biyombo. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Right here, over these last 10 games on the Bulls schedule, Kevin, this is how they stack up. First in field goal percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they have definitely learned the finer points of transition basketball. I mean, they own the most fast break points in the NBA.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
Tipped away. Oh, and here it comes Carroll all alone. Finished off the break. Carroll's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
That's good. Clarkson's got his first points of the night. Here's Lowry. He's got 6. There's a good screen. Pass to Ross. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Outside Gibson. Tries from 16. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Toronto leading by 5. Carroll kicks to Ross. To the inside. Now Clarkson taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Out left to the wing. A wide open look here for Wright. Drills the three-pointer. Wright's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Raptors have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Here's the screen. And Patterson kicks to Ross. And again, Toronto no luck.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And that one good from Clarkson.
How about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
46 seconds left now here in the second. Now here is Lowry. 6 points for him. And Gibson sends it back. It's stolen by Carroll. Here's Patterson. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Clarkson dishes the splitter. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Bulls have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line. That free throw good from Butler. And so Butler nails both of them. Toronto's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Lowry up top. He's covered by Clarkson. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up. Lowry with the ball. And Butler sends it back. But they recover it. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 2.
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the #1 thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, #1 is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly great of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Pau Gasol is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Butler passes to Drummond. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Rose kicks to Smith. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Smith dishes to Gasol. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Gasol's got 10 points. Raptors leading by 3. And it's Lowry penetrating. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
At the elbow, it's Gasol. Inside. Here's Drummond. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, he has 6. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Screen by Scola, and it's Lowry penetrating. He kicks to Scola. Valanciunas passes to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. 5 on the clock. Here's Lowry. Again, Toronto.
Kyle Lowry doing work. What a nice-looking shot that was.
Bulls trail by 5. Here's Drummond, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams.
At the line for Bulls, Luis Silva, 2 shots.
with the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Chicago with the ball, trailing by 4. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. DeMarre Carroll is out there with Scola, and it's Patterson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Lowry against Drummond. Pass to Patterson. Carroll kicks to Scola. Puts it up from 12, and the bank shot is good. Scola's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Toronto. Now, here's Clarkson. Now recovering. Top of the key, Butler. And Scola pulls it down. Scola's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lowry kicks to Ross, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Patrick Patterson, and it's Joseph in for Terrence Ross. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas, and it's sent back by Drummond. Clarkson passes to Smith, bangs home the trifecta.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Outside Lowry. To the paint, and stolen by Drummond. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Some dishes to Gasol. And he gets it to go.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
And here's Lowry. To the middle. Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 6 rebounds in the game. The feed to Smith to take the lead. Smith missing again. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Dishes to Valanciunas. Kicks to Scola. Again, the miss by Scola. Now Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Butler with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Feeds it to Drummond. Tries it from 9. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Outside Lowry. He kicks it to Scola. Pocket 6 to the inside. Carroll, and count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. I think he's found a home now.
Clarkson kicks to Drummond. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Raptors leading by 3. Lowry passes to Joseph. There's the dish to Carroll. Pass to Lowry. 5 to shoot. Here's Joseph. And again, no good by Toronto. Bulls have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Gasol. Rebounded by Luis Scola. Raptors shooting in the fourth quarter not pretty, down around 29%. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Scola kicks to Carroll. Passes it to Valanciunas. Tries again. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Valanciunas has got 22 points. Bulls trail by 3. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Chicago calls timeout. It's been quite a game for Jonas Valanciunas.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
For an update.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Rose, he's checked in for Chicago. Raptors leading by 3. Here's Lowry. And stolen by Drummond. And they're running. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Drummond. 21 points for Derrick Rose.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
The drive by Lowry. And Valanciunas kicks to Joseph. Screen by Valanciunas. Soft touch off the glass. Valanciunas has got 12 points in just the second half.
Good ball move. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Outside Rose. Six on the shot clock. From 10 feet out. And yep, a couple bounces and it falls. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
Lowry against Rose. Lowry dishes to Scola. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 8 now on the night.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Carroll against Smith. Gasol passes to Rose. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the third player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Rose hits them both.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Here's Gasol. And that misses. That would have put him up. Raptors with the lead. Here's Powell. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now Rose. He dishes it to Wright. Gasol inside. Scola on him. They now take the lead. 16 points for Pau Gasol. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bulls.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Chicago has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Butler from outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Carroll's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. The pass to Scola. The 11-footer. The shot misses. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Right outside. Drummond sets the screen for Wright. He feeds it to Butler. Good looking screen by Gasol. And Butler, here we go. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Drummond with a screen on Lowry. Down low. And Andre Drummond, the bucket on the assist by Rose. And that's now 10 points for Andre Drummond. Toronto trailing. Now here's Lowry. Right at the free throw line. No good off the back of the rim.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Right from outside. That drops. And the Bulls lead by 4.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. He's got to get more intense.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Toronto calls timeout. Butler with the steal. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you've got to take it and make it. It's been fun to watch Gasol in this one. He has 9 rebounds and 16 points.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud.
2:58 left in the fourth quarter of this one. No good from Valanciunas.
And you know what? He's just not on this game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Rose attacking, and that one's good. Rose has got 8 here in the quarter.
Locked and loaded tonight. Whenever he's got any kind of a decent look, he's knocked it down.
Well, sans his lights-out shooting, they'd be staring at a huge deficit.
Screened by Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Powell kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Scola. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Scola's got 17 now, just in the second half. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're up by 3. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And it's the Bulls with the ball. 3-point lead. Outside Rose. Outside Butler. Pass to Drummond. Second shot opportunity. Buries it.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Gasol, a screen on Lowry. Rose gets to Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And now a 7-point Bulls lead. And so here's Toronto. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Scola. They grab their own miss. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
And the Raptors call time here. They trail by 7. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. For 3, Mirajic grabs the miss. Now, here's Clarkson. Tight defense on him. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But Clark, in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt, but give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. This team really looked good tonight. What was the key out there?
I mean, our penetration was unbelievable tonight. Everybody was penetrating the ball. We weren't settling for jump shots and contested jumpers. And as long as we keep moving the ball, we'll be fine.
JR, appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi, Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is the game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, and that puts him on another level.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.